Greetings, Earthlings! Welcome to RFF Picks. Today I have a correlated Counter-Strike bet for you this is going to be tomorrow, Tuesday, April the 30th. So be on the lookout for Taco Tuesday. I'm going to be posting out plays for every single taco onto the Winnable, and maybe I'll try to get them onto the YouTube community page as well. Here is the play that I gave out last night. We did go 4 out of 6, but once again, I'm going to say it. This play showed correlation, right? So what we did is we paired up Endpoint and Nexus together, Eyeballers and Guild Eagles, these two teams, and then Permita and Amcol. So we did go 4 out of 6, but as you can see here, this is a perfect slip of what we're trying to look at, right? We're trying to predict the pace of how the game is going to go. So we had the less on these, both of these hit. I do want to talk about Sound as well. He's a prime example. The reason we actually bet the less on Sound is that his projection was at 31.5, and I think on underdog and parlay play. So that's another thing that I look into when I do these plays. I try to look at the different books, see how they're pricing these, and this is a prime example of a reason why we want to be on the less here. And not only are we on the less, but we also have a correlated bet, right, with his opponent Surreal, and he ended up hitting the less too. But I talk about this all the time. I feel like y'all make it in the comments as well. I think his line actually ended up dropping down to 32 maybe a few hours after I gave this play out. And so, luckily, I feel like if y'all out there hit the 32, you probably still were able to get the same kind of payout. But, that's an example of making sure you get these plays very quickly, because these can move. And not only that, but trying to make sure that we're on the right side of a lot of these, and we want to take these little advantages. I talk about it all the time. If a regular sports book is giving LeBron's rebounds at 7.5 and we're getting it at 8, then we're going to take the less, because his proper line should be at maybe 7.5, at least according to the other sports books. And getting it at 8 just gives you that, at least if he hits 8, then you're going to push and it's not going to just lose. So it's really important to get these bets out as soon as possible. Sometimes I'll take bets 4 days in advance, because, if you have the advantage over the sports books, you're going to win on something like that. So look at your bets as more of an investment than trying to get money immediately. We're placing all these bets, putting them all out there, and then it'll work itself out, right? So right here, like I said, prime example, we got the correlation here. We got the correlation here. This was correlated. It was correlated, but it went the opposite direction. And even so, I mean, this Travis guy right here, he was 2 kills away from getting this. So we almost got 5 out of 6. But this is exactly what we're looking for here. We got 3 for 3 correlation, and then we got 4 out of 6 hits, right? So the correlation is more important, because in the long term, this is the advantage that we're getting over the sports books. So yep. And then here is our Real Friends community. What this is we have our main channel, Real Friends in Football. We started that 2 years ago, and after the Super Bowl, me and Miles decided to start this RFF Picks channel, and we are already at now 1350 subscribers. So really appreciate all the people that have subscribed to the channel. And then Real Friends in Football, Miles is cranking out content over there. I think he has 4 videos in queue already. So we're posting a lot about, the post-draft, NFL draft, and stuff like that. So he just recently did a video on the Bengals. So go check that out. He's a Bengals fan, Cincinnati Bengals fan. So that video is already doing pretty decently right now. So if you want to support us outside of just the channel, or looking for other channels outside of RFF Picks, go to these. The Real Friends at Football Shorts channel is actually doing pretty good. I've been recently kind of focusing on the shorts just because TikTok, and I'm about to get into that later, but our TikTok video did really well. It got 300,000 views. So I'm trying to kind of keep the algorithm going over there. And I worked on one video, I'll show it later, but I worked on that video for an hour. And I'm doing a lot of edits on CapCut and stuff. And, people are seeming to like it. And all the videos that I posted after that, people have been liking it. So it kind of fuels me to keep creating these videos. So anyway, y'all can help and, subscribe to these other channels and tune in any way you can. Really appreciate it. If you can see below, I am up 500 units in the past 3 years. I am up 7% ROI in the over the course of 7,000 bets, over 7,000 bets, and 500 units. Right. This is the bet. Kevin Durant actually recently got swept. What team were they playing? They were playing the Timberwolves. So the Timberwolves swept them. But right here was the moment that KD had his foot over the line, 3-point line, and the Bucks ended up beating the Nets in a series. And so I had a ton of money on the Nets. I think I had like $500 or $1,000 for the Nets to win that series. They ended up losing. That was when like Harden got hurt, Kyrie got hurt. And instead of me saying, oh, like if only these guys didn't get injured, if only KD, just like making all these excuses to why they ended up losing the series, I started researching on YouTube, started to become a better gambler. I started betting more with my head instead of my heart. I had a huge hatred, not really a hatred, but I thought Giannis was kind of overrated at the time, which maybe is like panning out now. I'm not too sure, but I don't know. I thought that was kind of like a miracle run that they had, and I wasn't too sold on him. Obviously, he ended up being like the best player over the course of like a year and a half. But so yeah, I kind of got beat down by the Bucks during that playoffs, and instead of just like getting angry, I started just like learning. And I feel like a lot of people in that moment, they lose a lot, so then they start placing more and more bets and getting more in the dugout, right? But when it comes to me, I don't even almost look at how I do with a lot of the bets. I'll place them and I don't even like go back and check it. I mean, I will check my progress and see how I'm doing, but I don't get, what I'm trying to say is I don't get too like up and down when it comes to bets, right? I get actually on this channel, I get more excited for y'all when y'all win bets, honestly. Like whenever I'm winning my bet, I'm thinking of y'all more than the actual money in my pocket. So, recently, or at least over the past 3 weeks, we won two $1,000 bets on PrizePicks. So I think this channel is actually at like 330 already. So it's doing really well. I've been focusing a lot. Basically, the best way to describe it is like this channel's me. Mostly this channel's me, and then Miles kind of does a lot more focus on the long form content on this channel. So like I said, go give us a follow on that. Miles, turn your notifications on our channel and that channel. We'll be posting a ton of content over the course of this whole year. And so, we have our Instagram channel right here, RFF Picks. Right now, we're at like 170 followers. So once again, another place that you can find us, the RFF Picks. We have our RFF Football on there as well. I think we have like 10,000 followers on Instagram. And this was the video I was talking about earlier. I made this video a couple days ago. I think even yesterday when I created this video, the pick that I gave out, I think that video is at like 70,000 views and it's already at 275,000. So I did my top 5 steals in the 2024 NFL draft. Number 1 was Spencer Rattler. So I feel like that got people kind of, irked up because he's a very, polarizing player to where a lot of people hate him, a lot of people love him, but I feel as if the Saints drafting a guy like Spencer Rattler, who was once touted as the number 1 quarterback, only 2 years ago. I feel like he's humbled himself. He kind of had that time at South Carolina, and I feel like he could have like a bounce back career. Like he's got put in a good situation to where Derek Carr could be on the way out. He could step in, and I feel like just in general, getting a guy like Spencer Rattler in the 5th round to me is super solid, especially when a lot of these teams like Michael Penix with the Falcons and Bo Nix, Broncos getting drafted in like the top 10 or top 12, and getting a guy like Rattler, who I don't think is too much below them, all the way in the 5th round. So the value is really there. So I made a video, and it was controversial, but it's fine. Like I feel like everyone has their own opinions, and that's kind of what sports are all about. Talking with your friends, getting excited with sports and gambling in general. So go give us a follow, and over there, I'm working really hard on the TikTok. Hopefully it doesn't get shut down, but we'll see. I feel like they said it was, but who knows? I'm still going to continue to post content on there regardless. So here is our Winnable. What this is an easy way to get our picks. Every pick that I post, whether it be a taco. So today, I guess when you watch this video, Taco Tuesday will be coming out. So they have 3 tacos every single day. They've been doing a ton of boosts during the playoffs. So we take those all the time. Tacos have like a 75% win rate. Don't think about it too much. Just add it into your slip and put the over on it. Always put the over. We're going to hit that. It's like a bingo for the most part. Sure, there are going to be a few times where you lose. It's one of those things I was kind of talking about earlier. Tacos are one of those things where you place it. If you lose it, It is. It is what it is. Don't get mad at PrizePicks. Just do the bet and see what happens. Like you have no control at that point. You made the smart decision. You make the smart decision. So all of the tacos are going to be on there. All the YouTube plays are going to be on free plan, and then every single one of our other plays is going to be on the MVP plan. So that could be up to 4 to 6 correlated bets. Right now, we're waiting for MSI. We're waiting for football to come around. So we're not giving out that many plays, probably like 3 a day on the MVP plan. But we do expect it to kind of kick up a notch, especially with League of Legends, MSI. Football, college football, all that good stuff. So if you want to sign up for the MVP plan for free, type in code RFF at checkout. Discount minus 150 will be $0 for 1 month. You can cancel it right after it's over as well. So here's going to be the play. We're taking all lesses on this. So what we're wanting here is we're wanting very short maps, right? We're wanting a 13-3 type situation. We want one team to completely stomp the other team. We don't want the other team to be prepared. We want one team to win. So I feel a lot of these lines are a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Too high, I guess, would be the easiest way to describe it. They're too high, and so we're betting the less on all of these. I think Icy is a prime example. I think his line at underdog is like a 30 or a 30.5, and we're getting value with it at 32 on PrizePicks. And so once again, we're doing a correlated bet. We have Gaiman Gladiators against Amcall. We have Forzy against Monty, and then we had Heroic against Ninjas and Pajamas. So I talk about it all the time. The way that this is correlated is these go best of 13. So these don't have a set time limit to when the game's over, right? It's not like a basketball game to where they know the minutes that they're playing. It's not a football game. We know the minutes that they're playing. Every single quarter is X amount of minutes, right? It's not NHL where they're playing 20-minute periods. This is a chance to where these guys aren't necessarily going to be playing for a long time, or the opposite. They could be playing for a long time. But maps 1 and 2 go best of 13. So these can be completed in 13 games within one map. One team could stomp the other team 13-0. Doesn't happen a lot of times, but it can. And then it could also go into these like complete overtime matches to where they go into 32 games or like 30 games within one map, right? So there's a lot of variance within the maps, and then you add in 2 maps, so they can either go 26 games in the 2 maps, or they can go up to like 60 games, right? So there's a lot of different time limits to where they can get these kills, right? So that's how we can take advantage of these slips, to where we're kind of hoping that one team just doesn't show up, and these games get completed so fast that even the team that stomps the other team, they don't have the opportunities to get kills because these games get completed so quickly. So what we're hoping for is very quick games. Get them out of the way, and if that happens, then most likely all of these guys should hit their lesses. Obviously, it's not always going to happen that way, but I talk about it all the time. Every single player that I'm giving you has a slight advantage compared to other sports books. And then not only that, but we are correlating these guys together. We have the opponents playing against each other, so we can deter how the game is going to go. And so we're kind of looking at this as like 3 slips, right? We have pair, pair, pair. I know some of y'all do that as well, to where you'll just take the pairs. But we have pair, 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 and it's a lot better doing that than having all these slips that don't tell a story. You have a game NHL, you have an NFL slip, you got a freaking MLB, all these guys all over the place. Just you look at the slip and you're like, this guy's going to have more strikeouts. This guy's going to have more points. This guy's going to have more whatever. And so you're hoping that touchdowns, right? More interceptions. But what this is doing is we are telling a story within our slip. We have 1, 2, 3 stories, and we want them all to go a certain way. And so that's how the correlation works, right? If it rains outside, then people are more likely to buy umbrellas, right? That's kind of how it works. And so that's going to be the play for today. I'll be here tomorrow posting plays. I do have a work event where I will be gone. What day is that? It's Wednesday. So Wednesday. So I will be able to get a video tomorrow, but I don't know about the next day. But I will ask Miles to get a video out. So that's going to be like May 1st slip, or the May 2nd slip, the Thursday, whatever it is. So he'll step in for me for one day. But yeah, that's going to be the slip, and best of luck. See y'all tomorrow, and I'll be posting.